I'm Katie. And, well, I cry a lot, not in a dramatic, black and white movie kind of way. It's just that my tear ducts are a little ... over-enthusiastic. A heartwarming commercial. Tears. A bad grade on a pop quiz. Yup. Waterworks. I once dropped my ice cream cone on a perfectly good sidewalk, and you'd think I'd just lost a winning lottery ticket. It's just how I'm wired. But a few months ago, something truly bizarre started happening. Something that changed everything. Every single time I cried, this boy would just appear. He was tall, always in a hoodie, with that kind of messy hair that looks effortlessly perfect.
And he smelled like old books and the air right after a thunderstorm.
Honestly, he was kind of hot, in that brooding, mysterious way you see in those Netflix shows everyone binge. And when I say he'd appear, I don't mean he'd casually walk into the room. One minute, I'm alone in the school bathroom, sobbing because I forgot my history presentation. The next, asterisk, poof, asterisk, there he is,
leaning against the sink like it's the most normal thing in the world for a stranger to materialize out of thin air.
The first time it happened, I screamed. A loud, undignified shriek. He didn't even flinch. He just raised a single eyebrow and said, in this calm, low voice, rough day. I was completely freaked out. I stammered. Who are you? How did you get in here? He just shrugged. Name's Nico, he said. You called me. I was so confused. I don't even know you. He tilted his head slightly. You cried, he explained, as if it were obvious. Same thing. Excuse me, what did that even mean? He went on to explain well. As much as a cryptic, book-scented apparition can explain anything that he's some kind of emotional spirit. Or maybe a ghost. Or possibly just a very, very punctual hallucination my brain cooked up. The bottom line was, he only appeared to me, and only when I cried. It wasn't like he was out there haunting every person who watches a sad dog movie. It was just me. Naturally, my first thought was, I have to test this.
So, the experiments began. I tried stubbing my toe on purpose.
A lot of pain, a little bit of hopping, but no, Nico! I tried faking a sob story to my friend. Nothing. But then...
One afternoon at the library, I spilled my milkshake all over a nearly finished math test.
The frustration and panic hit me all at once, and the tears just started flowing. And just like clockwork, there he was, suddenly sitting in the chair across from me. Nico, it became our thing. He never stayed for long. He'd stick around just until I stopped crying, and then he'd vanish. No dramatic goodbye. No slow fade out. 1 second, he was there. The next, he was gone. But while he was there, he listened. He'd just sit with me, arms crossed, looking all brooding and mysterious. And he'd say things that were surprisingly comforting. Things like, you deserve better than that. Or,
after I failed a pop quiz,
the teacher's clearly a vampire who feeds on teenage disappointment. He had this dry wit that somehow managed to make me laugh right through my tears. He made the sadness feel less lonely. And then one day, it happened! I was sitting on my bed, crying after a really dumb argument with my mom over something I can't even remember now. Nico appeared, sitting on the edge of my desk as usual. But this time, as my sobs quieted down, I didn't want him to leave. I looked at him, and before I could stop myself, I whispered, I think I like you. The reaction was immediate. He blinked, looking genuinely stunned for the first time since I'd met him. After a long moment, he said, well, that's inconvenient. I was crushed. What? He looked at me, and his expression was softer than I'd ever seen it. Because the only way you see me, he said gently, is if you're hurting. And with that, he vanished. I tried everything after that day. I forced myself to watch the saddest movies I could find.
I chopped a mountain of onions.
I even tried fake crying, which just made me feel ridiculous. Nothing worked. It was like the magic was broken. I haven't seen him since. But here's the unexpected twist in this whole story. I stopped crying so easily. Whenever I feel that familiar sting behind my eyes, a question pops into my head. Would Nico want me to be crying over this? Would he think it's worth the tears? And usually, the answer is no. Maybe he was real. Maybe he was just a figment of my imagination. I might never know for sure. But somehow, the mysterious boy who only appeared when I cried was the one who taught me how to find my own reasons to smile instead. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever had something unexplainable happen to you, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time!